Introducing the Volo swing door installation video. Before you begin the installation, please verify that all design site surveys and field measurements are complete. Make sure to determine the type of ceiling your ceiling has. Step 1. Assembling the door frame. For this step, you will require the following parts and tools. Begin the assembly by placing the header rail flat on the ground. Next, place 2 stiles on each end of the header rail. Push the stiles into place with the open top end facing towards the ceiling, and match the corner holes. Push the stiles into place, and secure them using 8 square drive screws. Insert 4 screws on each side into the pre-drilled holes on the stiles. Using a power drill with a square drive bit, tightly secure each screw. Repeat these steps for the opposite side. Finally, place 2 hex coupling nuts and 2 carriage bolts on the open ends of each stile. Before inserting the bolts into place, screw the bolt into the hex coupling nut. Make sure the longer hex part of the coupling nut is facing away from the bolt, as shown. Turn the nut about halfway. Insert the new adjustable foot assembly into the door stiles, making sure the round side of the washer is on the tube side. Push up to pressure fit the assembly into the frame. Repeat these steps for the opposite side. Step 1 is now complete. Step 2. Installing the door frame. For this step, you will require the following parts and tools. Begin step 2 by locating the bottom of the adjacent panel, where the door frame is to be installed. Place a flat surface under the frame, and using a tape measure, measure 1 3/8 away from the flat surface. Place a piece of tape, and using a marker, mark the location. Next, place the door anchor bracket on the marked tape with the front face matching the marked location. Make sure to place the bracket where the holes need to be bored into the floor. After marking the hole locations, remove the bracket and bore holes into the floor. Before you drill into the floor, it is recommended that you use a cutting knife and cut slits into the carpet right next to the drill location to prevent run. After cutting the carpet, drill the holes using a roto hammer drill with a 5/32 inch masonry drill bit. Next, insert 2 screws, tape con, 3/16 by 1 1/4 inch long. Tighten the screws using a power drill with a 1/4 inch socket. After securing the bracket, take the header cover, and place it flat on the ground butted up against the bracket. The header here is only to be used as a measuring tool. This will indicate where to position the opposite side door anchor bracket. Next, providing all of your vertical panels are level and plumb, and the header cover is 1 3/8 inches away from the panels, then repeat the previous steps. Place tape, position the second anchor bracket, mark the screw positions, drill the holes, and tighten the screws. Remove the header cover after the anchor bracket is secured. Next, with the help of another person, take the previously assembled door frame, and insert the frame in place. Insert the frame into or over the ceiling crown, depending on the crown style for your project. Push the door frame in place, and adjust the foot assembly bolts at the floor so that the top rail of the panel aligns perfectly with the panels on either side. Tighten the bolts, located on the bottom of the door frame assembly, until they touch the anchor brackets. Check that the header and door frame remain level. Repeat these steps for the opposite side. After the door frame is in place, locate 6 panel clips to attach the frame to the panels. Please note that the clips on the receiver side come with the adjacent panel, and are not part of the door frame kit. Insert the clip through the bottom, and slide the panel clip up about 3 inches, connecting the frame to the panel. Once the first panel clip is in place, take a second clip and place it on the bottom of the stile. Next, take a putty knife, and place it between both panel clips inside the stile. Using the putty knife, lift the top clip all the way up, as shown. Continue doing this until all 6 panel clips are evenly attached. Repeat these steps, and insert 6 more panel clips on the opposite side. Finally, install the inline light block through the bottom of the door frame assembly. Please note, if the door frame is being attached directly to a panel, after the door frame and panel are in position, install the inline light block in the same way you would for a direct panel-to-panel connection. If the door frame is being attached to a vertical connector, check to make sure the condition light block, included with the connector, has been installed in the condition as instructed during condition installation. If not, it must be done now. Once you reach the end, fold a small portion on the end of the inline light block, to help hold it in place. Repeat these steps for the opposite side. Step 2 is now complete. Step 3, installing the trim kit. For this step, you will require the following parts and tools. Begin step 3 by measuring each the left side and the right side door jamb location. Using a tape measure, measure from the floor to the bottom of the frame header/transom. Take that dimension and add an additional ½ inch to that dimension. Use a marker and mark each dimension on the side of the door frame. Each door jamb cover might have a different length, due to the floor run. Next, locate the vertical jamb covers. Place the beginning of the tape measure from the notched side towards the flat, non-notched side. Using the dimensions you have recorded, mark and cut the bottom, which is the non-notched side, to the proper length. Please note, due to the floor run, it's very important to measure and cut each jamb cover to the correct length to ensure that the header cover is level and captures the door frame header by ½ inch. After cutting both jamb covers to the correct length, the jamb covers will be installed to the door frame. If you are installing tight to a building, wall space limitations require installing the covers on the jamb at this time. Next, take the header cover and place 2 spacer spring clips inside the cover, as shown. Once both clips are in place a piece of tape over each spring with minimum pressure. The covers will now be installed to the door frame. Take one of the vertical jamb covers that was previously cut to length and install it onto the door frame. Next, install the vertical jamb cover by placing the square cut header piece on top and the flat part on the bottom. Please note, for the swing door, the strike plate is on one vertical jamb cover, and the hinge locations are on the other vertical jamb cover. Slowly push it into place. Next, take the header cover with 2 spring clips into the header, then slip the header cover over the vertical jamb cover, resting it into the notch of the vertical jamb cover. After installing the header cover, take the second vertical jamb cover and install it by tipping the notched portion of the jamb under the top rail. Make sure the vertical jamb cover fits perfectly into place. Next, locate the bottom of one of the jamb covers. Using a power drill, with a 5/32 drill bit, drill a hole in the center of the jamb trim cover, ½ inch above the floor. Drill into the jamb, then after drilling the holes, countersink the hole for a number 6/18 by 1 inch screw. Next, install one number 6/18 by 1 inch square drive screw that comes in the hardware pack. Tighten the screw using a power drill with a square driver bit. After securing the screw, add touch-up paint to help mask the appearance of the screw. Finally, repeat these steps on the opposite side. After both vertical jamb covers are tightly secured, step 3 is now complete. Step 4, installing the door and lever set. The following parts and tools are required for this step. Check the assembly for the following lever set components. Begin step 4 by locating the aluminum frame or wood door. Next, locate one of the hinges and place it on the side of the door frame. The door has slots for the hinges to attach to. The number of hinges depends on your door's height requirements. Matching the 4 holes on the hinge, push the hinge and hold the hinge in place. Secure the hinge using 4 screws. If you have a wood door, you will require screws for the wood door, and if you have an aluminum framed door, then you will require screws for the aluminum door. Insert the screws through the hinge and into the door frame. Fully tighten the screws using a power drill. Repeat these steps and fully secure the remaining hinges. The number of hinges depends on your door's height requirements. Next, take the door assembly and mount it to the door opening. The side with the hinges will mount to the vertical jamb that has the hinge openings. With some assistance, push the door in place and swing it open. Match the 4 holes on the hinge to the holes on the jamb opening. Secure the hinge using 4 machine screws. Fully tighten the screws using a power drill. Repeat these steps and secure the remaining hinges. After securing the hinges, verify that the opposite side of the door matches the strike side on the vertical jamb cover. Next, take the strike plate and mount it onto the opening located on the vertical jamb cover. Slowly push the strike plate into place. Secure the strike plate using 2 10x1 screws. Fully tighten the screws using a power drill. Next, locate the latch opening on the door frame and attach the latch. Attach the latch using the combo screws. Slowly insert the latch into place and fully tighten the screws using a power drill. Finally, attach the lever set onto the door opening. Make sure the outside of the room receives the key opening. To attach the lever set, place the lock assembly on one side of the door, and the lever with the rows and rows insert on the opposite side. Insert the assembly set as shown. Make sure the latch and chassis connect when inserting the lock assembly. Slide the components into place. Fully secure the set using 2 10x32 screws. Insert and fully tighten the screws using a power drill. Once secured, insert the remaining components. Make sure they are fully engaged and the lever set is working properly. Congratulations! The installation of the Volo swing door is now complete.